What's up, 8? How you doing, buddy? Did you play any in the Super Bowl, 8? If so, how'd you do, pal? I made out pretty well. Got third place in the quarter. Or the nickel. You guys know what we're doing. We're just waiting on everybody to get in here. We did got the Magic starting lineup. Anthony, Caldwell Pope, Wagner, Bonchero, Goga. And we just got Tyler Hero listed out. Probably not going to do a lot for me, but it's going to make Andrew Wiggins and Terry Rozier look stomachable. Yeah, what's up, Dwayne? Oh, I was on the Worthy train, brother. He was my favorite captain, really. Worthy and Hurts were my two most owned captains. I hear you, Dwayne. See, that was my biggest issue in my lineups. I nailed it rocking Worthy and Hurts as my captains, but I had a lot of Mahomes too, so that really hurt me. If I didn't have so much Mahomes, I would be Bezos today, brother. 4:32. We'll give everybody to about 4:35 before we start up in here. Going to be a very interesting slate today, gentlemen. So much news is going to come down. By the time I'm done talking about the players, most of it's going to change because we have that much news today. Even had Elliott. I'll tell you another one that hurt me a lot. I had a lot of Harrison Butker. I had a lot of. Well, we got the Minnesota news. We got to anticipate. Charlotte's got a couple pieces. Brooklyn's got a couple pieces. Boston, big news coming out of Boston that we're going to be waiting on. May not get it before lock. Milwaukee with Dame. Just so many pieces we're waiting on news from. If there's any Cavs fans in the audience, Isaac Okoro and Dean Wade will not return before the All-Star break. Just got that news on my phone. What's up, Chubbs? Hope you're doing well, buddy. We're about to get started here. Really interesting slate we got. Let's get into it, gentlemen. Only 5 years, that's okay. We're gonna still rock it out. Starting off at point guard. SGA, I think he's fine as a tournament play today. Not a guy I'm going out of my way to get, but we all know he has huge upside. Jose Alvarado should be starting. Plays some pretty good defense, so I'm going to look elsewhere to pay up, but I don't mind if he falls into my 150 max lineups. What's up, Shannon? Why is Poole getting boosted? What do you mean? Why can I not find? Oh, there he is. Uh, because it's a good matchup against San Antonio. Actually, should be a decent game. I do not think Washington wins, but I think it's going to be better than the spread indicates, and I think a lot of other people do as well. As it sits right now, Dwayne, Wizards are value, but I know you guys just got here. That's going to drastically change. There is so much news that's going to come in that I don't think you have to overload on the Wizards value today. Half of what I talk about between now and an hour later is going to be thrown out the window because of injury news, honestly. But SGA, I think he's okay. Not going out of my way to get him though. Luka, first game as a Laker going against Utah, he's only pulling 6% ownership. Anytime you can get a 6% ownership, Luka, I'm gonna tell you to go for it. I'm not targeting him, but 150 spot, I'm there for it. What's up, Don? LaMelo Ball, much like Luka and SGA, not targeting them, but if I land on them, so be it. I have no interest in Trey today against Orlando. He hasn't been playing better lately. I just hate the matchup. If Dame is to play, I love Damian Lillard. He is questionable. If he plays, I love him. He will be a core piece for me. We probably will not get that news before lock. As it sits right now, I have him taken out of my player pool. Probably going to put him back in it, but just be wary. I love Dame. I want to play a lot of Dame. We will not get his injury news before lock, more than likely, though. And it's a real possibility he sets today. De'Aaron Fox, I think he's getting overlooked. He's only 8% on. Gets a wonderful matchup against the Wizards. I want to be over the field on Fox today. They rank 28th against point guard. Sign me up. Steph Curry, he's questionable. I think he's going to play. He's fine. Don't mind him. Milwaukee did KPJ so bad yesterday. I bet you played him. I know you love KPJ, brother. But Steph Curry, he looks solid. Don't mind him at all. And if you want to, you got to swallow a bit of the salary. But if you want to roster Dame and then say Dame gets ruled out, you can pivot to Curry. Or you can go to Kyrie. But, I mean, I like Curry. I like Dame. I like them facing off against each other today. Both solid pieces. Donovan Mitchell, I don't have any interest in this Cavaliers team as a whole today. If I had to roster one, I suppose it would be Darius Garland, but pretty much the entire team I have no interest in. Kyrie Irving, I do not mind him today, but he is massive chalk at 27%. And he's really not grading out that great for me. Not interested in Austin Reeves. I know Austin is a baller. I know he has upside, but with Luka there, he's going to soak up a huge chunk of usage. So I'm just going to take the wait and see approach and see how it affects Reeves on this team. Jamal Murray, if he plays, is fine. I'm not going out of my way to get him, but he is grading out well. Dyson Daniels, no interest at his price, taking on Orlando. I'm just not there. Darius Garland, like I said, I'm not on any Cavs today, but if you wanted to roster one, Darius Garland would be the one single one I would pick. Malik Monk taking on Dallas. He's grading out pretty well. I don't mind if he falls in my lineups. Jordan Poole, it's a good matchup against San Antonio. He's pulling 22% ownership, but if they're going to stay in the game, it's going to be because of Jordan Poole, and that's why he's getting his ownership. And I really like him today myself as well. Fernie Simons is fine. Not going out of my way to get him, but if it falls into my lineup, so be it. But I will say Denver has been just bleeding assists to point guard, so I don't know what his assist prop is, but I would probably hammer the over if it's 5 or 6, maybe even 7. No interest in D'Lo, even if he plays, he is questionable. Derek White becomes very intriguing if Brown and or Tatum set. Really like Derek Brown if just one of those guys sets, but or sorry, Derek White if just one of those guys sets. But gotta wait and see on that news. No interest in George or Collier. No interest in Scoot Henderson. If Brown and Tatum miss, Peyton Pritchard becomes an elite play. Really love Pritch if they set. Chris Paul's price dropped to 5,600. The matchup is elite. I don't mind if he falls into my GPP 150 max plays, but I'm not going out of my way to get him by any means. Now that we got news that Tyler Hero's out, Terry Rozier going to look really good. I like Terry. Really like Terry. Cole Anthony, again, 150 max guy. Not going to have him in a single entry. Not interested in Ty Jerome. Stephon Castle is playable. Not going out of my way to roster him. Bub Carrington, talking about Wizards value. I like Bub today. If he falls into your lineup, I would be happy. He has upside. He's playable in a single entry, in my opinion. Brogdon, just a 150 max type of guy for me. No interest in KJ Simpson. Love Jose Alvarado today. He will be a core piece for me. I get the matchup's tough, but he's going to have to play all the minutes he can handle. They have so much injury bug at the guard position. Played 29 minutes last game out. Got 29 fantasy points. I think Jose easily pays off his $4,900 price tag today. Buddy Hield's fine. Mike Conley's fine. If he plays, he is questionable. No interest in Dinwiddie. Anthony Black, only a 150 max guy for me today. Kevin Porter Jr. He has gotten no minutes yet. The only way I'm playing Kevin Porter Jr. is if Dame is out and for some reason they list him as the starter. I do not think that has a snowball's chance in hell of happening. I think they go with Ryan Rollins, but just a wait and see approach. Rob Dillingham, if he starts for Mike Conley, absolutely, but we're going to have to see if Mike is even out. Anthony Edwards, true game time decision, just came across my phone, so no bueno there. Dante Exum, if he plays, 150 max guy for me. And then really everyone down through here I'm not that interested in. Davion Mitchell could make it into my 150 maxes today with Hero out. That's about it. And nothing else I'm interested in. Moved over to the 2 guard. Even if Anthony Edwards plays, I just don't like this matchup against Cleveland. I will have him in some 150s, but not any single entries if he plays. Trey Murphy, constantly overlooked. Now, I hate the matchup against OKC, but he's only pulling 3% ownership. Has met or exceeded value in pretty much 5 straight games. I'm happy to see Trey Murphy in my lineup today. Zach LaVine, someone I do not trust at all, but you can't deny that this is a gravy matchup against Dallas. He's played 30 plus minutes every game since he's been with the Kings. If he lands in my lineup, I am okay with it. Happy to roster him. Devin Vassell looks pretty good today. I prefer Vassell to Castle and Paul, but De'Aaron Fox would be my preferred play. But Fox, Vassell, 2 of my favorites today. What's up, Nate? Bilal Colaby. You guys know I'm always on the Colaby side of the Poole Colaby argument. Today, they're about even for me. I would, honestly, if you're building a single entry, I would say I would want one of either Poole or Colaby in my lines today. One of the 2. No interest in Keontae George. Christian Braun is just, people are just going to keep overlooking him. I'm going to keep rostering him. I know his price is $6,300 now, and I'm still going to play him. His last 3 games, 49, 40, 38 fantasy points. He smashed value in every one of his last 3. He's going to continue to start here against Portland. I'm happy to roster Braun. I feel like most of Portland's best defenders are going to be on other players, leaving Braun open to knock down those threes. So I really like Braun today. Jordan Clarkson's fine. He's grading out pretty well. I am a bit concerned about John Collins and Laurie Marketing being back in the lineup. And for that reason, he's just going to be a 150 max guy for me. But I do not fault anyone for playing him in a single entry. I get why you're doing it. He is pulling 19% ownership, though. Keon Johnson, I really like today. Keon Johnson and Cam Johnson both. I just flip a coin. I love them both equally today, but I think you're going to want exposure to one of these two guys. Both of them should have to do everything for this team today, especially if D'Lo's out. That's the piece you want to watch because D'Lo takes up the most usage on this team. If he is out, I want Keon or Cam in my final single entry build. Kyrie Irving named All-Star in replacement of AD. Kamara, he's just okay. Jeremy Grant is questionable though, so if he's out, Kamara looks better, Sharp looks better, Denny looks better. My preferred pick would be Denny though. Podziemski, 150 guy for me. Terry looks way better now. No interest in Max Strus. Max Christie is questionable, but if he's a go, I like Max Christie. The other guy kind of getting overlooked. Past 3 games, 31, 31, 30 fantasy points. If he gets you 30 today, he's smashing value. Really don't mind some Max Christie today. Nick Smith, also questionable. Kind of the same story as Max Christie. Getting overlooked, only pulling 2% ownership. But his past 3 games he's played, 33, 27, 31 fantasy points, exceeding value each one of those games. If Nick Smith's good to go, I'm happy to roster him at 2%. Klay Thompson, just a 150 guy for me, and even then he worries me. Not interested in Vic Krejci, not interested in Karis LeVert. Talked about Buddy. Nickeil Alexander-Walker becomes a super intriguing play with the Minnesota injury news. We're just going to have to take a wait-and-see approach on that news, though, and then we can revisit Null. Lou Dort's fine and a 150 max. Spencer Dinwiddie, no interest. Jordan Hawkins, don't mind Hawkins as a value play today. Same with Keon Ellis, same with Duncan Robinson, same with Gary Trent. Like, all 4 of those guys, they're fine last pieces in for value. Then nobody else down through here is really sticking out. We're going to have to wait and see on the Bucks news, but if Ryan Rollins starts for Dame, if Dame is out, then definitely a great play. Excuse me, sorry guys. LeBron looks fine. Don't mind LeBron today. Is his first game with Luka, so Luka's obviously going to cut into his usage, but also he hasn't had a really good point guard to play with since how long has it been since he's played with Kyrie? But I don't mind LeBron today. Not going out of my way to get him, but if he lands in my final build, I'm happy about it. Jalen Williams looks really good. If you want a piece of this OKC team and you can't get the SGA, I think Jalen Williams is a very viable piece today. With New Orleans ranking 28th against the small forward, sign me up. He's only 4% owned as well. Yes, please. I'm going to group Franz Wagner and Paulo Banchero together as I always do. And point blank, to be honest, I love both of them. If I had to pick, it would be Franz for me today, and it's only because of ownership. Franz is pulling 17%, Paulo's pulling 26%, but they both look phenomenal against Atlanta, and I want tons of both of them. Miles Bridges, I have no interest in with LaMelo back. Jimmy Butler, I don't mind today. He's only pulling 3% ownership. First game with Golden State, dropped 38 fantasy points, played 29 minutes. If we can get a couple more minutes out of him, he's going to smash this price point. I'm happy to roster Jimmy B today. DeMar DeRozan's fine, but to be honest, Zach LaVine's just grading out better at a lower price, so I would probably just rock LaVine. Andrew Wiggins, Kyle Anderson, Davion Mitchell are all available to make their Heat debut today, so good news there. Michael Porter Jr., if he plays, I like him. Pulling no ownership, only 2% owned, and as I've stated the past week, guys, play some MPJ if he is in, because he's been given the green light. He shot the ball more times in his last 3 games than pretty much he has his entire season so far. I don't know what the coach told him, but he told him start shooting the damn basketball. Really like MPJ as a low on guy. Gonna be rocking a lot of him if he is playing. He is questionable. Larry Marketing, I have no interest in. PJ Washington, also questionable. If he plays, he's grading out fine for me, but I'm a little skeptical. He's pulling 16% ownership. I'd rather just get the Gafford, honestly. Jaden McDaniel's price is huge. Gonna have to take a wait and see approach on their injury news. Andrew Wiggins, don't mind some Wiggins today. He's not going to be very owned, only 3% owned. Boston could be without their best players. And truthfully, Wiggins could be the best player on the floor at times for the Heat. Now, Bam's going to be out there, but if Bam's taking a break, it's all going to rotate through Wiggins, I believe. Denny, if Jeremy Grant misses, I really like Denny. The issue with Denny is his minutes have been fluctuating so badly lately. But if he's taken over Grant's starting spot and those minutes are solidified, Denny's going to look fantastic. Cam Johnson looks terrific today. Happy to roster him. I would want Cam or Keon Johnson in my lineups today. One of the two if D'Lo misses. Kyle Kuzma, looking fantastic, grading out great, pulling 28% ownership. I understand why though. Played 36 minutes his first game with the Bucks. If you're gonna give me 32 plus minutes every night from Kuzma, I'm gonna be rostering him. So Kuzma looks fantastic. No interest in DeAndre Hunter. Keegan Murray's a fine last piece in. Talked about most of these guys. Najee Marshall just a 150 max. I like Aaron Wiggins today, pulling no ownership. I realize that Dort is back, but he should still be in that 6-man conversation. I just prefer Wiggins to Caruso, and it seems like the opposite today in the industry. Most of the industry is preferring Caruso. I just think Aaron Wiggins is a better basketball player, honestly. Hey, you're not wrong. Kuzma is overrated. But if he's going to get monster minutes with no... Especially if Dame's out, right? Because if Dame's not out there, it's going to be him and Bobby Portis. And that's it. That is it. My throat is messing up, boys. I'm sorry. No interest in Zaire Williams. He is playing good minutes, though, so... maybe a couple 150 max on-ups. Keyshawn George, grading out as a good value. He's pulling only 5% ownership. Even if more value opens up, Keyshawn George is starting. I'm rocking with him. I like Keyshawn today. Well, we just got news that D'Lo is available to play, so scratch what I said about the Nets. If Dame is out, I'm still not playing KPJ. I take that back. Maybe in some 150 maxes, but that's about it. Talked about most of these guys. Corey Kispert, Justin Champagne. Pick your poison. Either one of them's fine today, but I think more value options will open up that will be better when we get injury news. And really nobody else through here I care to roster. Sam Hauser's going to look fantastic if he starts for Brown or Tatum. So keep that in mind. We'll probably revisit that. Trying to mute in time so you guys' eardrums are not blown out from my coughing. Moving over to power forward. I can't roster Wemby. I can't do it. 12K, and he's just... he hasn't shown he's worth 12K, really. Not since December. I think his price should be around 11.1, 11.2. But you can't deny the matchup is fantastic. And he's only pulling 7% ownership. So I'm never going to tell you to take Wemby out of your player pool, but I'm not going to have him in a single entry. Not going to do it. Sabonis. I really like Sabonis today. People are overlooking DeMontis, and I realize he hasn't been on his game lately. But this matchup is great. This matchup is great. I'm going to be over the field on Sabonis. Pulling 7% ownership. I want to be around 15. Zion, you know what you're getting if you're rostering Zion. You're getting 28 minutes, and he's either going to not show up or he's going to absolutely dominate. He'll be in my player pool. Not going out of my way to roster him, though. Not interested in Mobley. Bobby Portis, even at this inflated price, I don't mind it. Now, I'm not going out of my way to just jam Bobby Portis into my lineups, but I really like Bobby today because his ownership's going to be down because of his price. He's 3% owned right now. 8,500's tough to swallow, but the dude's just played all the minutes he can handle without Giannis there, and he is good. Bam Adebayo, he looks a little better now that Tyler Hero's not out there. I don't necessarily mind him if he falls into your 4 slot, but he's like a home run or a singles type of guy. He's never going to get you a double or triple, and what I mean by that is he's going to just fall a little bit short of value, or he's going to knock it out of the park and, 7x for you. He's never going to completely kill your lineup, but also he's never going to just meet value or slightly exceed value. It's either I'm smashing or I'm just kind of here. Porzingis gonna look great if Brown and or Tatum miss. I mean, got to take a wait and see approach. Even at $7,600, I am happy to roster Naz Reid today. Dude's just a beast. Hate the matchup against Cleveland, but I mean, especially if Ant misses, sign me up. Not interested in Okongwu, not interested in Jared Allen, not interested in John Collins, Markkanen. Talked about most of these guys already. Draymond Green's fine. If he lands in your lineup, I don't mind Dre today. No interest in Rui. No interest in Gordon. No interest in Jovic. No interest in Grant, even if he does play. No interest in Najee, really. Goga's fine if you're playing him at the 4. I absolutely would not play him at center. No interest in Sohan. No interest in Barnes. No interest in Nance. Not interested in Filipowski with Kessler, Laurie, and John Collins back. Matkovic, just 150 max. I just want like 1 or 2 lineups of him. He's pulling huge ownership at 12% though. I don't know if I missed something there or what. No interest in Keldon Johnson or Vanderbilt or Isaac or Jalen Wilson. But boy, I hit a home run last slate. I told you guys I'm pulling 60% of Gorgeous Niang since he started for Atlanta. And wow, look at there. He smashed 36 fantasy points. I'm happy to rock it back with Gorgeous Niang today. $200 price increase, pulling no ownership at 5%. I'm going to be running some Niang again today. Trendon Watford's pulling some ownership. I'm not really there. 11% owned. I'm just not going to roll the dice and risk that. Nothing else here I care about. At center, Joker looks awesome. I mean, DeAndre Ayton, Robert Williams, and Donovan Clingan could all 3 be on the floor, and they're still not going to stop Joker. Happy to roster Joker today. My favorite pay up on the slate is Joker. Talked about most of these guys, all the way down to Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein. I just can't play them when they're both out there on the floor together. They just eat into each other too much. They're both healthy. I'm not playing either one. Daniel Gafford, while he is terrible on the defensive end, which makes me like Sabonis, he is awesome on the offensive end, which makes me like Gafford. I'm going to have a lot of lineups with Sabonis and Gafford in them today, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Sacramento lacks in the interior, especially if PJ Washington misses. Sign me up. Ayton, if you land on him, fine. Kessler, you land on him, fine. I mean, Jackson Hayes is nothing to be scared of, in my opinion. Nick Claxton in a 150 max, fine. Not going to be playing any Diabate or Brook Lopez. Rashawn Holmes looks good. He's pulling 12% ownership. I don't mind him. No interest in Nurk. No interest in Capella. Jackson Hayes looks solid at 5K. I mean, he's going to get you 28 plus minutes. I'm happy to roster him. But, you know, taking on Walker Kessler, it's a little bit daunting. While Kessler's not the best in the world, his defense is pretty solid. Moving down the line here, not much else I'm interested in at the center position. What we get? Max Strus has been ruled out. And is that it yet? That would be Dunja. D-U-N-J-A. D-U-N-J-A. Yeah, we just got Max Strus ruled out. DeAndre Hunter Day. Well, good luck with that, buddy, because you're going to be the only one playing him, I feel like. Yeah, he's 1% owned right now, and I think you're going to be that only 1%. Give me just a second, and then we're going to go over DK. I got to get a drink. My throat's killing me. But we're going to go over DK before I give the FanDuel core, because the core is going to change so much with this news we're getting, right, guys? So, sorry, had to go get me another Gatorade. Let's go over DK. Then, when we get a little more news, we'll give the core out. Alright, on DK. No, I don't like Nurk. Nope. I'll tell you what, I would play Nurk if Musa is out. We know Mark Will's out. So if Diabate's out and Nurk starts, I will like Nurk. I can play him then. But if they pull the bull crap where they say, oh, we're starting Taj Gibson, then no. No. Then I'm not going to Nurk. Alright, DK. Terry Rozier just looks fantastic now, guys. And I don't think any other news we get is going to change that. Scary Terry's probably going to be a core piece for me. Same deal with Jose Alvarado. No news that we get is going to change the fact that Alvarado looks fantastic at only 5K. I can confidently say both of these guys are going to be core pieces for me on DK, so I'm going to go ahead and lock them in. Bub Carrington's fine. I would prefer Alvarado today, though. I love Damian Lillard if he plays today, but we're going to have to take a wait-and-see approach on that news. Hey, I wish the best for you, Aid. I truly do, but I just cannot trust that coaching staff. Now, I do believe that Taj Gibson plays 12 to 15 minutes if he starts, but that's just cutting straight into Nurk's minutes. And I can't do that when I would rather play Jackson Hayes, who I know for a fact is going to get 28 plus minutes. Or I could play Walker Kessler or Gafford or Joker. But Dame looks amazing. I'm going to have a lot of Dame if he is playing. Steph Curry looks great as well. That's probably going to be the approach I take. I'm going to roster Dame, and if Dame sits, I'm going to pivot to Curry, and I'm okay with that. It's just $500 you're just going to have to eat. Darius Garland's just okay. I really do not want any Cavaliers in my DK lineups today, though. Simon's just okay for me. Ant, I'm not there. Chris Paul, I'm not there at that price. Mike Conley, if he plays, don't mind that price, 4,800. I can do it. Keon Johnson, just a 20 max type of guy for me. Jamal Murray, if he plays, is fine. De'Aaron Fox looks fantastic at 8,300. I want to jam in a lot of De'Aaron Fox. Now, we already got a point guard and a 2 guard in our core, but thankfully we got that 3rd guard spot. It's going to be occupied by Fox in a lot of my lineups today, guys. Podziemski, 20 max guy for me. Malik Monk, I'm not really there at that price. I'd rather just get the Jordan Poole for $600 cheaper. Derek White, going to look fantastic if Tatum Brown set. No interest in Trae Young. No interest really in SGA or D'Lo. Castle's fine. That's about it on point guard. Move over to 2 guard. I've talked about this guy already on the FanDuel side. Nick Smith just keeps getting disrespected. They will not move his price up. Dude is a baller. If he plays, I'm happy to roster Nick Smith Jr. today. Only 4K. Excellent value. I know, dude. Trey Murphy is a beast, man, and people just don't respect his game. Talked about Bub. Christian Braun. Speaking of guys that are getting disrespected, I love Christian Braun on both sides today. I really do. I'm going to be rocking a lot of Christian Braun. People just don't understand. He's a good basketball player. 47, 38, 38 in his last 3 games. Sign me up. Devin Vassell's fine. And it's really just a bunch of people we talked about. Speaking of Trey Murphy, he looks solid over on DK as well. A small forward, Kyle Kuzma. You gotta just lock Kuzma in today over on DK. I understand if you're a little hesitant on FanDuel. Absolutely, you should be. Kuzma on DK, you just can't fade him. He's too cheap. 5,300. He's 60 something over on FanDuel. You can't fade him at 5,300 when you know the guy's getting 30 plus minutes tonight. Easy, just lock it in, eat the chalk, and move on. Keyshawn George looks fantastic. I like him at only 4,300. I should have a lot of him over on DK. Jay Will looks really good at only 7,900. Happy to play him. Michael Porter Jr., if he's a go, I am happy to roster him. 6,600. Sign me up. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are game time decisions. So, no real update on that. Dave McDaniels is fine at 6,400. Franz is just a home run. I'm happy to play Franz. I do prefer Paolo over on DK, but if you want to rock Franz, he is absolutely fine. Bobby Portis, another home run over on DK. I'm not going to lock him in because I think it's obvious. You guys should be playing Bobby Portis today on DK. 6,300 where he's 8,500 on FanDuel. Love him. Naj Reid at 6,900. Happy to play him. Easy plug and play for me today, buddy. Easy. Keegan Murray's a fine, just roster spot feeler. No interest in Sohan. Draymond's fine. Bam's fine. Gorgeous Niang is fine. Paolo is a home run in my opinion. I love Paolo today. Moving over to center. Rashawn Holmes, 4,900. You just gotta lock him in and move on with your day. I like Rashawn Holmes on FanDuel. Over on DK at only 4,900. He's just a home run. Just a home run. I would be happy to rock Holmes all day today. Rudy Gobert looks good. Quentin Post, if you're looking for a low-owned value center, I don't mind it. Not interested in Hartenstein. Joker looks great. Happy to get to him. Gafford looks good. Ayton's playable. Wouldn't really want anything else out of that. Now, as it sits right now, my DK core would be Jose Alvarado, Terry Rozier, Kyle Kuzma, Rashawn Holmes. Let's run it and see what we get, and then I'm going to post the DK core in the chat. Our Discord chat. If you guys aren't in our Discord, it's free. Linked in the chat down below in the bio. Feel free to join. You can ask me questions in there anytime. Even when I'm not live, I can help you in there, guys. Yeah, like this first lineup right here, I love this. Really the only, like I'm loving what we're getting. The only difference I want to make, let me try something here. I want to try to throw in my boy De'Aaron Fox because I really like him. And then of course we're going to want Bobby Portis. So if we added Portis and Fox to this core, I mean it only leaves us 2 spots, right? Like what could we get here? Get a lot of Bam, Poole, or Gafford, and I like that. I do. But what if we went a step further? Could it even be done? I don't know. Could we throw Joker in there? No, we can't throw Joker in there. Damn it. I thought we might be able to, but we can't. Too expensive. But that's okay, because we're going to get more news, and we're going to be able to build around it. But for now, just build your lineups, and I'm a free resource here in the background for you. If you guys have any questions, hit me with them. We're gonna do a FanDuel core as well, but we're gonna wait till we get a little more news, guys. We need just a little bit more news. I want to get some more news before we go too crazy with it. So if you got questions, that's what I'm here for. No. Donovan Clingan is not worth playing at all. Do not play Donovan Clingan. Like, yeah. No. Not a chance. Yeah, I just went over DK Kyle. I posted the core in the chat. DFS plays chat. But this slate is going to radically turn upside down within the next 30 minutes with all the injury news we're going to get, guys. I just wish they'd hurry up and post it.
This is going to be such an exciting day. I hope you enjoy it. I think you will.
I think Aiton's just okay. Like, we can look at Aiton, but he's just Just eh.
Don't speak. For some moments in life, there are no words. We are the dreamers of dreams.
And these ownerships are, as of right now, they will most likely drastically change as well, gents. Like, if I was building a core right now, and this ain't like the official core, it would be Alvarado, Scary Terry. Yeah, Shannon, because I haven't done a core yet because we're waiting on the news. Paolo, or no, Franz. Eh. Yeah, we're gonna go with Franz because he's lower owned. Kuzma, and then center is tough because I like 4 centers. I like Joker, Hayes, Holmes, and Gafford. So I might just go with Christian Braun, whom I like a lot today. Let's put him at I'm all kinds of messed up here. Put Kuzma at the 4. And we can put Braun at the 3. No, not the 2. Put him at the 3. Like, this would be my core if the slate we're starting right now. Alvarado, Rozier, Wagner, Braun, Kuzma. But it's going to change so much. It really is, guys. Like, I like what we're getting here. But we just got to get that news before we give, like, an official core because things are going to change so much. Things are going to change so much. But if you guys got questions, hit me with them. That is what I'm here for. I want to help you guys out.
Yet everything happens only a certain number of times. And a very small number, really.
I only like Null if Ant is out. Or if Mike Conley's out and he starts for one of those two. It's the only way I would really like Null.
How many more times will you watch the full moon rise? Perhaps.
Reeves, what? Reeves, New Orleans Pelican?
And yet it all seems limitless.
I don't know what you mean about Reeves Mercer. Oh, are you like asking about him? Like, he would just be a 150 max at most guy for me. I love Alvarado, and I'd be much more inclined to play Hawkins or even Javonte Green over Antonio Reeves. He's just not a good fantasy point per minute player, man. AJ Green, pretty sure he retired from the Bengals. We did get news Brook Lopez is going to play. Could we please get some news on Dame now? I doubt it, but... Yeah, I feel like Oklahoma City is going to destroy them. And Milwaukee, I don't even really want to speculate on Milwaukee until we get their injury news. But AJ Green would be okay at best. Honestly, over AJ Green, I would probably prefer Gary Trent or Ryan Rollins if he gets the start. Yeah, I like Kessler today. I do, which is weird for me to say. So Jaylen Brown out, but Jason Tatum in. That is intriguing. That is intriguing. But yeah, I like Kessler. He's grading out pretty well for me. Where do... wonder if I can look. The rebounding numbers. Where's LA ranking rebounds? Yeah, the Lakers rank horribly in rebounding. Kessler's gonna look pretty good today. I think better than the numbers are making it out to be. But yeah, I like Kessler today. $5,900 DK utility. Let's take a look. Kyle Kuzma, I assume you would already have him. Terry Rozier, I would assume you would already have him. Jose Alvarado, I would assume you already have him. So it would be in order for me: Kuzma, Alvarado, Rozier. No, let me take that back. Kuzma, Rozier, Alvarado, in that order. Unless you already got all three of them, Ronnie, just let me know. I think Sam Hauser's gonna look pretty damn good. Or Pritchard. Who are they gonna start for Brown? Who are they gonna start for Brown? It's either gonna be Pritch or Hauser. I figured you had them all, buddy. Let me look at that again. It would be Chris Paul or Keegan Murray. Chris Paul or Keegan Murray, one of those two. Yeah, so Line Star thinks Sam Hauser's starting. I kinda do too. Cavs starting Garland, Mitchell, Hunter, Mobley, Allen. That lineup should be illegal. That lineup should be illegal. I would personally switch it up. I ain't seen your lineup, but like none of those options were appealing other than the ones you had, right, Ronnie? So for 7,200, we can definitely work with that. It's going to be Bobby Portis, but I know you already have him. Jordan Poole or Naj Reid, I really love them both. It would be between those two guys. Poole or Reid, either one of them, I'm happy to roster. Jordan Poole or Naj Reid, buddy. Alright, I just posted the core in the Discord. It's going to be Jose Alvarado, Terry Rozier, Christian Braun, Paolo, and Kuzma both. We will change this if we get some kind of drastic news. But we're just going to have to wait on if we get that news. But for now, it's going to be Terry, Jose, Christian, Paolo, and Kyle. So let's run it, see what we're getting. This is kind of what we're getting here. I'm okay with it. The second lineup in particular I really like with Kyrie there. But Derek White's fallen into a lot of lineups too, and I'm happy to roster him as well now. Thoughts on DK, Alvarado, Rozier, Murphy, Kuzma, Holmes, Fox, Portis, Poole? Looks great to me, brother. You got all the key pieces that I want in my DK lineups. So I'm happy for you. I like that. Mike Conley is out. Anthony Edwards is in. Josh Green is available to play. So Mike Conley out. Ant is in. We need to wait and see that starting lineup. Because if it is Kevin Porter Jr., then we're going to hammer him. But I do not think it's going to be Kevin Porter Jr. Diabate is available. Nick Smith Jr. is available. Isaiah Wong is out. Nick Smith Jr. looks great on both sides, guys. I would want to be getting to some Nick Smith Jr. Kyle says Alvarado, Terry, Keontae George, Kuzma, Wimby, Bilal, Hauser, Tatum. I do not like Keontae George, and I'm not big on Wimby today. But outside of those two, it looks fine. Steph Curry is available to play. Wolves are going to start Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Ant, McDaniels, Reed, and Gobert. So, Null starting now. Eight-legged ape, if you're still in here, Null looks amazing now. Null looks great. I take that back. Null looks good now, not amazing. He looks good, not amazing. Still got Kevin Porter Jr. and Rob Dillingham behind him, so he may not get the run that the public thinks he's going to get. He may not get the run that they think he's going to get. Touche, 8. Touche. I shouldn't even have to ask, brother. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the sub button. We do these shows every single day. And join our Discord. It's free, linked in the chat, down below in the description. I can help you guys even after the slate lock's in there. Well, I think Null is definitely in play now. He's a good play, but I don't think he's going to be as amazing as the public thinks. The Hawks are starting Muhammad Guy at their 4. So, Guy is absolutely in play, but I don't think Niang is now. Muhammad just becomes a GPP piece for me, but not going to be playing Niang now. And just going to have him in a single entry, or not going to have Guy in a single entry, that's for sure. I told you this news is going to come quick and just shake the entire slate up, boys. $4,400 power forward on FanDuel? Let's take a look. It's pretty cheap. For me, it would probably be Sam Hauser. Assuming he starts. I would not play Day'Ron Sharpe today. I don't think today's a slate where you punt center. And even if you do, the cheapest I would go would be Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes is as cheap as I'm going at center today at 5K. Nobody else below him at all. Wizards starting Poole, Carrington, Collaby, George, Holmes. Who we thought they were starting? D White or Pritchard? D White. Not even really close for me, Chubbs. Yes, KPJ is on the books. Spurs starting Paul, Fox, Vassell, Barnes, Wimby. That's who we thought they were starting. Mohamed Guy is definitely playable now as well. I would still prefer Sam Hauser, assuming Hauser starts, but I think Mohamed Guy is playable. Yeah, we haven't got news that Dame's out yet, no. If Dame is playing, I love Dame. If Dame is playing, I love Dame today. And even if Dame's out, I don't think KPJ starts for him personally. Now, I could be wrong. I've been wrong plenty of times before. Mohamed Guy starting. How about that? Mohamed's actually a really good fantasy point per minute guy. I'm just concerned about his minutes. He probably won't see 25 minutes. That's why he's just a 150 max guy for me. Alright, guys, you got any questions, hit me with them. That is what I'm here for, guys. Favorite FanDuel spin up? It would be Joker, Nikola Jokic. If you don't want to spend up at the center position, I get it. It would be Damian Lillard outside of him. Wing and Butler I like, but I'm not on the Hunter train, brother. Just think about this with DeAndre Ayton, right? When he was in Atlanta, where was he on the pecking order? He was second behind Trae Young. And he done decent. He had some good games. He's a good basketball player. But he was second on the team in usage, right? Where does he fall in Cleveland? He falls behind Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and then I would say him and Jared Allen kind of neck and neck. Alvarado, Rozier, Sam Hauser, Kuzma, Joker, Bub Carrington, Nick Smith, Sabonis. I love that, Kyle. If Sam Hauser's starting, I expect Sam Hauser to start, but they may throw us a curveball. But I absolutely love that, brother. Love it, love it, love it. So do I, Kyle. I really like Sabonis today, buddy. Hey, if you believe in him, rock him, brother. If you believe in him, rock him. I do like Cleveland to go pretty damn deep. I think they could win it all, buddy. Clint Capella listed inactive. Wow. Capella inactive. Wow, wow, wow. I guess he did, brother. I guess he pissed the wrong people off. If I'm not paying up at center today, it depends on what side, what site, Chauncey. FanDuel or DK? Because it's really different today at center. Like if it's FanDuel, for me, it's Jackson Hayes or Rashawn Holmes if you want to pay up a little more for him. But if you're just talking about DK, it's Rashawn Holmes for me. So my answer would be FanDuel, Jackson Hayes, DK, Rashawn Holmes. You still got a Kongwu and you still got Niang there potent. So I would it's tough. It would be Guy over Hauser right now. But if we got definitive news Hauser was starting, it would be Hauser. It's really just dependent on if Hauser's playing or not. That's the big ordeal for me right now. is if Hauser's playing. Yeah, FanDuel, Chauncey, it would be Jackson Hayes. That would be as low as I want to pay down for. Lillard or Curry on DK? Lillard for me, buddy. Lillard for me. Hild or Rozier? Rozier by a mile. Yeah, I like Dame today, brother. I like Dame today. Or sorry, Wiggins. My brain just not working. But I like Wiggins today, buddy. I like him. I think he's also getting overlooked. I actually just ran my first opto and I didn't get any, and I want to change that. I would like some Wiggins. Tough matchup, don't get me wrong, but he's just getting no ownership, and I want to have a little piece of him, you know? I am not going to play any DeAndre Hunter. No, I'm not. But 8-Legged Ape is. He loves him today. Yeah, they bumped Kuzma's price because all the minutes he's getting. So PJ Washington rolled out. That's a big bump to Daniel Gafford. It's a big bump to Daniel Gafford there. Max Christie available to play. I like Max Christie. I think he's going overlooked, guys. Dante Exum also available to play. Really just a GPP 150 max piece for me. I don't think Pritch is being that overlooked. Yeah, got to get your lineups in, that's for sure. You know I'm the worst with that. I think Gary Trent's a fine last piece in, but I'm not building around Gary Trent by any means. My most owned player is Terry, Paulo, Kyle Kuzma, Jose Alvarado, Dame, Poole, and Braun right now. So pretty much the core that we posted in Discord. That's my most owned guys right now. I actually want to give a little bump to Daniel Gafford, though, now that we know for sure that PJ Washington's out. Also give a little bump to Kyrie. Nothing too crazy, but enough. But Daniel Gafford's going to have to play monster minutes today now, so. I do, Ronnie. I do. Ooh, that's rough, Kyle. I've been in that situation plenty of times, though. I fully understand where you're coming from. I've done it to myself 100 times before. Hello? Oh my goodness. Going Rob over Null is insane work, brother. But good luck to you. Good luck to you. Najee Marshall probably going to start for PJ Washington. Going to look great, guys. Just a heads up. I like him for value. Najee or Null on DK? It's gonna be Najee for me. Najee for me. I think they'll start Najee. Jaleel Okafor to sign a 10-day contract with the Pacers. Wow. Who saw that coming? Who knew that guy was still playing? Good luck, 8. Good luck to everybody. I still haven't input my lineups. Yeah, bro, I guess. Jesus. Joker, Alabama. Not even close. I love Joker 10 times more than I love Wimby today. Uploading them now. I know. I scared myself there. Come on. Okay. They're in. I scared myself because the last one I run, the one I was going to input and upload, it gave me, for some reason, 65% Keon Ellis and 65% Monk. I didn't want that. But they're in. Well, with that, I'm out of here. Good luck, everybody. I wish you nothing but the best. I hope to see you guys take down tonight. If you have any questions, feel free to join our Discord. It's linked in the chat down below in the description. I'm always available in there for any late swap news or questions you may have. But that's where you can find me. Absolutely free to join. Just click the link and hop in there and hang out with us. But I'm out of here. Good luck, guys. If you have any questions, you know I'm in the Discord. Later.